Alright, so I wanted to make a mass rank up video a few days ago, but I thought I should wait for season rewards first because you never know what I might get with this insane luck and yeah, we all saw what happened that day, but I still just couldn't wait for it, so I ended up taking up Omega Sentinel and Scorpion both from rank 1 to rank 3 within 24 hours of each other just before my season rewards opening. And I must say I'm really enjoying both of these champs. I find them both very fun and smooth to play, especially Scorpion. Lots of debuffs on both of them, very unique set of utility as well, solid damage output and fairly versatile. I was actually just using OS on the Mutant chapter because it's Biohazard in the Cav EQ. Pretty unique robot, like she isn't immune to bleed and poison, but she takes no damage and actually just heals from those effects. That heal block is just so useful and very easy to apply and maintain. Same with the miscountering and the cowardice. Lots of damage over time, and also being immune to nullify and stagger is quite unique. And then there's Scorpion, who I've just been thoroughly enjoying of late. I've been using him quite a bit in Cav EQ as well on various chapters. I actually wanted to bring him into war yesterday, but we were facing TCN and they just had to ban him. Although that just allowed me to play around with him more in other random quests in the game. I really like how his immunities and sting debuffs work, like you pick one to apply and then you're immune to the other two. And it's such a good set because it covers so many grounds, like poison is direct damage, rapture is physical and barely anyone is immune to that. And then there's shock, which is energy damage. And then these animations as well are just so lovely. Like I find them quite enjoyable to play for a champ where you utilize a lot of medium attacks. And the holding heavy to cancel into a special attack is also quite fun. And it's just so satisfying applying all those debuffs and watching the power stings at work. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Scorpion, hoping to dupe him from the featured before it ends. Otherwise, I might just use a Science gem on him. I definitely will if I consider him as a rank 4 in the future, but Science is getting quite competitive now that there's also Quicksilver. And then earlier today I took up another champ who was pretty long overdue for me, and that was Crossbones, who I took from rank 2 to rank 3. He is still unawakened, but for me it's not really a big deal because I mean the chance to purify is only at 90% at Sig 200. So even if I had all the stones in the world, it still wouldn't be completely reliable. But it can still be quite useful, as long as you don't have to struggle with everything all the time. So I took him to rank 3 mainly because I just enjoy playing him whenever I can. It's not the most user-friendly champ or not the most versatile in terms of matchups. You ideally want to be fighting against hero champs or non-villains as long as you have the Hitmonkey synergy. And of course Mangog helps, but you probably won't be able to bring him all the time. But when he works for a matchup, boy does he work so well. Like Abyss Thing for example, like he's one of the best counters for that fight. Just because of how easy it is to maintain those fury buffs against those animations. So when I'm doing Abyss testing, I'll often just bring in Crossbones to get through Abyss Thing quickly. And I wasn't actually thinking about this at the time, but somebody reminded me that he'd probably be pretty good for Battlegrounds metas in the future. Like next week we have Dodge, and he is a pretty good evade counter as long as you can stack and maintain those fury buffs against hero champs. That one can still be a bit tricky to just build him up first, but then there's Flow, which is a pretty perfect counter for because he doesn't actually crit, so you can basically just ignore that node. And then the final rank 3 who I just took up and haven't even used him yet, but I'm really excited to, is of course Rintra, who is quite the beefy boy. No pun intended, he just has a really high health pool, so he'll be pretty good for both offense and defense. So far I've only played 7 Battleground matches. I just got into Silver 3. But I'll probably play a little bit more next week or the week after that, depending on how and when I decide to explore Act 8. So I can see myself taking up more champs to rank 3 because I have so many good 6 stars now that are still at rank 1 who I'd love to take up. I just need to do a bit of prioritizing and check what I really want to do and what I actually need to do. But overall, as usual, I am very satisfied with my roster, especially now as the luck has just been so insane. I have pretty much everything I need, just a few more things that I want. Oh, and speaking of insane luck, so today I got the Paragon daily offer. I usually just get them on Sundays because you get like more shards and more Cav crystals. So I opened these 2 Cav Nexus crystals, you know. Usually you think, you know, it's not a big deal, just a Cav Nexus, I might get 1 or 2 5 stars. But I've had some pretty insane odds with these crystals before. And today was no different, so the first one actually gave me a choice to choose a 6-star Nexus crystal. So yeah, pretty nice of course, but you still have to open the 6-star Nexus and hope to get something good from that as well. But at least now I have a guaranteed 6-star of 3 choices. So I open the 6-star Nexus and I get to choose between 3 good champs. Obviously I went with Craven because he is the new one and the other 2 are already awakened. But if I didn't have any of these champs, that would be a pretty banging Nexus. I'd probably pick Shiok, you know, for the utility. Oh, and by the way, I actually duped Shiok last week for the first time from the Cav Crystal from the side event quests, which also just happened to be the very same day I actually pulled Omega Sentinel. And also on that day, I got Mangog, a 6-star Mangog from a Cav Nexus crystal. So go figure, like you should not hear me complain about crystal luck for a very long time because the luck has just been so disproportionately in my favor. And of course I am loving it. The only time I feel bad is when I see other people's openings and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty mediocre luck, at least for my standards. But anyway, I think that's more than enough gloating for 1 week. I hope you guys found this interesting, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.